In this video, I want to talk about mechanical efficiency and how we've done that in our program and had guys gain 5 to 10 miles an hour in just a week or two. This has happened multiple times. For some kids, it's been a couple of months. And, some guys, it'll be obviously a much slower burn. That's the typical. But why are we able to get such massive velo gains in our program in short periods of time when we explicitly say that we don't want to gain velocity quickly, that's not our focus. It's almost counterintuitive, but that's one of the main concepts of how our entire pitching academy works. If you focus solely on velocity, you get nothing. You get a bad arm, bad mechanics, you get Tommy John surgeries, labrum surgeries, you can't hit the strike zone, your career is ruined. Focusing on velocity is the worst idea. If you focus on good mechanics, mechanical efficiency, learning a changeup, hitting your spots, you're going to end up throwing much harder in the long run. So you get the velocity anyway, but then you get everything else, a much longer, better career, and your arm's not going to hurt, and you're going to be healthy when you're an adult. So it's really a no brainer. It's just got to be the focus. So, what do we mean by mechanical efficiency? So, think of it this way: if I'm pitching, my goal is to get 100% or as close to it of my energy that I generate from my body, from my mechanics into the baseball. And so I'm on the mound, I get a drift, a drive going forward down the mound, and then that momentum going down transfers to rotational momentum. That's where my lead leg block comes into play. And then my arm is the whip, staying back, explodes out front. It's the kinetic chain. That's a term that's commonly used for that. And how do we know if we're being efficient? When a guy like, say, Aroldis Chapman, one of the hardest throwers, or Nolan Ryan, guys that throw hard that are healthy for a long time, they'll throw and they finish right here because the body's not going everywhere. If the body was falling off 3 feet here or jumping forward like that, then you know that the energy from the body is staying in the body and pushing it in a different direction. But if I throw and I'm finishing right here, that means all my energy is going into the baseball. So it's just so funny. It's counterintuitive to think about how kids, when they throw, they want to go crazy and finish way off to the side, stuff like that, and falling over when that's actually the last thing you want to do if you want to throw harder. You want to have efficient mechanics, but especially if you want to throw harder and you want to have a longer career. So, this is what we do when guys gain 5, 10 miles an hour in a week or two, because if you just start throwing 10 miles an hour harder in a week, you could potentially hurt your arm because your arm's not built up for that. So let's say you're throwing 70 miles an hour, you're a young kid, you're 13, 14 years old, whatever, and then all of a sudden we work on your mechanics, you're throwing 80. So this is what you need to do, and this is what we do in our program is okay, you gain the speed, your mechanics got better. That's awesome. You know it's in there. But to protect your arm, this is your goal. Throw 71 or 72 at 80, 85% effort. Do that for a few days, for a week. Obviously, you're not pitching bullpens every day, but that's your focus. Throwing at your normal, what used to be close to your top speed at just an easy effort level. You could pitch in a game like that. You don't have to go pitch in a game trying to hit 80. That would be crazy. Then maybe in a couple weeks, you say, okay, now I'm going to try to pitch in a game at 75, at 90% effort level. And then maybe in a few weeks after that, you get into the high 70s. You don't even really need to get to 80 because you don't want to go 100%. Only time ever you would just want to max out is maybe you're at a showcase and you truly believe in your heart 1,000% you're about to get drafted. If you hit a certain number, then maybe we could do it. Other than that, it's absolutely not worth it. It's certainly not going to help you get the batter out. Getting the batter out 95%, nice and smooth, letting that ball have good spin, hitting your spot, that's going to be much better. And so that's how we have guys gain speed in our program, but without having them get injured because we don't allow them to just go out there and throw at their new PR because that would be insane. And we're trying to protect arms and have them throw harder, healthier in the long run.